Turn it over to former Attorney General of Virginia, Ken Cuccinelli, a good friend.
Good afternoon, you all. Thank you for coming. I'm going to start with what is historic today. This is the first time in American history today that a legal authority, that a court, a judge of this country, has found as a matter of law that the United States is being invaded. That has never happened before today. What does that trigger? Well, here in Texas, what it triggers is it gives the governor, if he decides similarly, the authority to repel that invasion. And all we're talking about is an operation that looks a lot like Title 42, which you've all come to know, the public health order on the border. Stopping people crossing or shortly after, taking them back to the border, putting them back over the border. Until we're doing that in Texas, these numbers aren't going to change. I've heard a lot of the positive things Governor Abbott's done to support desperate communities across Texas, and not just at the border. That's been critical and necessary and helpful. But it doesn't change the fact that Texas and America is being invaded. It was noted the Attorney General of Arizona has entered an opinion. He was asked that question. He found the same thing. There is no legal authority that has found to the contrary. It's an Attorney General of Arizona and a judge of Texas. And they both came to the same conclusion, living with the same facts, and basing it on the same federal constitution. And of course, your judge here in Texas also noted that you all address the governor's authority when an invasion happens here in Texas. Having said that, that is historic. What I've heard here consistently, whether it's the sheriffs, the judges, the mayors, county attorney, is the desperation of communities on the front line of establishing and maintaining America's sovereignty, because the federal government isn't doing it. If you want to know how to do it right, literally the premier expert in the United States of America is here. Mark Morgan, former commissioner of Customs Border Protection, back when the leadership of that organization actually undertook to fulfill their mission of protecting the border of the United States. And he can tell you the ins and outs of how it should be being done. We all understand this administration has chosen as a matter of policy not to do that, not to protect the states against invasion. And so the results, I heard one of the sheriffs say, gosh, last year, it was right here, Sheriff Coe. Last year, we thought it was as bad as it could get. And we're tripling that. And folks, there's no ceiling on how bad this can get. How much death we need to see, how much violence and destruction, how much local communities and states and our whole country have to be overwhelmed, how much the poor of this country have to lose in opportunity